Brr, brr, brr. Brr, brr, brr. Brr, 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 brr. Brr, brr. I can see my bed head where I lay down. I'm never up this late, so I thought I'd give it a whirl. For 8:40 time. Oh, my nose is running. It's chilly. Chilly, chilly. Chilly, chilly, willy. Who's smoking with me before I go to bed? Is that damn relay that light thing? I don't know if I like that. I'm gonna smoke with me before I go to bed. Ask your mom why she does. I don't know. I'm addicted. Hi. 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 Hi, No Fly. Hello. Somebody I know. You sleep with your vape? Damn. It's crack-a-lacking. Hi, Ariel. Thank you. How you doing, No Fly? Like my shirt? It says Evil Cook. He's a friend of mine. He's a rapper. Forks up, forks down. Thank you. Whoop whoop. I'm very ICP. Hello, Uncle Polly, 420. Whoop whoop. Cheers. Come to smoke. You come to smoke. I love the tea. I love you too. I love it. Love to love. I love to love to love. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Loving's fun. Loving's good. Thank you. You're beautiful for being nice. We just love nice. We just love nice here. I'm just watching all day. I've been watching Shaggy. Shaky. Shaky, the show, Shaky Show. You should watch him too. Thank you, Linda. I appreciate you. Today was okay. I did, oh shit, as a matter of fact, I still got laundry we gotta check on in there. Look. Let's go check on it right now. I did laundry, I streamed. It was a good day. That's about all I can say. Just stay busy. Thanks. I don't really do much, but if you feel like you want to sub, I'm not gonna stop you. I am in bed. I have to get up and put my clothes in, and then I'm smoking and going to bed. Wasn't I just in bed, you guys? Wasn't I just in bed? Somebody tell this guy. Tell this sire. Am I a snow bunny? What the hell does that mean? What the hell's a snow bunny? I just don't want to rustle any feathers. So I'm not sure where to stream or not to stream. It's not going to upset anybody. We got a clean sheet. We got a clean sheet. I want to say I care, but I do care. Thanks, Linda. I'm not all that's not the whole reason why I'm here is for all the views and everything, but thanks. Appreciate you. So yeah, I'm just trying to stay up for the 8:40 show. And then I watch it as I go to sleep. All right. Oh, it's okay, Linda. I got you. Just seem a little. It's all good. Don't be sorry. Nobody's sorry here. We're all here to have a good time, right? This isn't a, competition. I don't know. There's a lot of trolls around here. It's weird. Gotta blow my nose. But I appreciate you. Cheers, everybody. Cheers. Oh. I gotta start doing crosswords again. Okay, who wants to get their who wants their horoscope read? This is a very special vape. I'll go first. I'm an Aries. It says here, Aries. You don't need your well crafted holiday schedule upset, but someone is making life a little difficult these days. Ask helpful people for support and prioritize what's most important. This was for December 2nd through or December 2nd through December 28th. This was too, by the way. Anybody want their horoscope read? Just let me know. We'll read them. Okay, what's your horoscope? 95. What's your sign or birthday? Virgo. Okay, Virgo. Look for a potential look for a potential job lead from a former colleague. There's a good chance to boost your income quite a bit, creating a positive lifestyle change. However, you must be clear about salary expectations from the get-go. Sometimes it's not even close, huh? I don't think mine was either. That's funny. Try Aquarius? Okay. Aquarius. Do some do some cost compares do some cost comparisons before you book travel in the new year. You can save a lot of money if you explore different websites for the best deals. You're apt to travel in 2026 more than anticipated. That's probably not right either, huh? Uh-huh. No, you wouldn't. It's very cold here. Yeah. close. Montana. Yeah, this got some good ones. Hi, cat. Whoop whoop. Cheers. Yeah, I was just sitting here having a. Yep, you'll go. No, you will not. Having a smoke. Cheers. How are you doing, beautiful? Hope you're doing okay. I'm just sitting here scrapbook. I started doing my scrapbooking. You guys want to see it really quick? I'll show it to you. Hold on. Hope you're having a good Saturday. This is just the beginning of it. It's just my poster board. Hi, Panda. It's good. I'm just smoking too, trying to stay up for the 8:40 show. I'll show you guys up close what it is, okay? So that's how big the poster board is. And then this is just stuff throughout my childhood, that stood out to me. Yeah, Selena. We all know who this is. Salma Hayek, I think she's like one of the most beautiful women in the world. Dusk Till Dawn rules fucking ass. So she made my poster board. The Titanic, because I watched it like 30 some times when I was younger. This because it says holy moly, but then I realized how funny it was because it says no nonsense, none escape nursing home. The Rocky Picture Show, our horror show, or I had to get that up in there. I found that in the magazine. We all know who that beautiful Beatrice is, Elvira, and this beautiful Salinas. And yes, I had to get Kinanu back when he was a cutie pie. He still is, but. And of course, the Riddle Box. That is an ICP, Joker's card / album. This was actually a Connect the Dot. See those numbers right there? I found this appeared to me. Don't mind my messiness. In this book. Yeah, the Dark Carnival appeared to me in that book right there. And then, of course, we got Superman. Old school Superman at that. And then we got this scary guy. I liked his eyes. And then this, why new moms are turning to mushrooms. I thought that was pretty dope. Shout out to the mushrooms. And we got a whole box more left. So one of my jobs I do the magazines for a couple of different Albertson stores in my town and one out of town. So with all the expired magazines, I found this I found this hobby to do because it helps me stay straight and sane a little bit and gives me something to do on YouTube. Thank you, Kat. I know it's not nothing special, but it's, I don't know, something to do. So I use those magazines for that, and then I use them for kindling for my wood stove when I don't have any wood right now. And I believe the remaining ones I will take up to the nursing home because they always seem to need magazines up there. Because I don't know what else to do with them, and I hate to just throw them away. Because that's what they want me to do, is just throw them away. And I'm just trying to find other things to do with them. But I suppose I'll have to throw the majority of them away because I'm starting to acquire quite a shitload. So that's why I sit here and I flip through these stupid ass no, they're not stupid, they're kind of entertaining. And whatever calls out to me, if I see it, I'll rip it out. Do a bonfire. My bonfire days are over. Shit. And along with magazines, I also, when they expire, I also get cool stuff like this. This is what I was getting into earlier. I was reading about the astrology and the history. It was pretty interesting. That's what I'm on right now. I'm on the astrology in the classical world. That's what I read about. Yep. So that's been my little side projects here. Just find things to do rather than just sitting there smoking. Although I do both still on here. I don't know why I do that. I'm so used to TikTok. I feel like I forget. I don't have to worry about not smoking on here. But yeah, so that's my little projects. Like this goes into like right now is the beginning. It's just telling how the stuff. I'm too tired to freaking read right now though, but um I'll probably do that when I wake up and stuff like that. So if you like story time, because I usually wake up early as shit when people are just going to bed, so I figured that would be a good time for story time. It might be a little bit too hot. No, they still have them at the Albertsons and stuff. Nope. Oh shit. We should read a little bit actually. I wouldn't mind reading. Yeah, I know. There's some other cool things too. Like, not too long ago, I did a scary story one where I read us all scary story books or scary stories in a big book, but I already went through it. So it says here, I'm so curious of this book. I'm just gonna read some. I don't give a shit. It says here, the ancient. Whoop whoop! What up, 840? 840. I'm reading about astrology. It's reading before bedtime. It's pretty boring. It says the ancient Egyptians did indeed study the heavens for science and use the date of a person's birth to map their future. The tomb of Pharaoh. How are you doing, anyways? I'm stoned as shit. The tomb. I'm trying to stay up so I could play your show when I wake up. Yeah. The tomb of Pharaoh Ramesses the Sixth. Oh, I already read about that. Goosebumps. Yeah, kind of like Goosebumps, except this was just haunted stories. But I already read the haunted stories. Hopefully, we'll get another one. I'll get a different one another time. But I gotta wait till they expire because I can't. I can't. I'd be stealing. I might if I stay up that late. I'm really, really tired, but I don't know. Sal doesn't want me to hop up there. I don't want to intrude on his era. I'm reading, gosh dang, astrology on a Saturday night. That's our party. I can't help it. That's just how I feel. And I know it's not his show or nothing, but I know. It's just, it feels weird. And I still really like him still. And I don't know. I don't want it to be weird for anybody. But we'll see. You never know. You never know. Thank you for inviting me, though. I appreciate you guys making me still, everything still try to feel cool and everything. But it kind of sucks. It's kind of hard too. But it is what it is. But I will definitely watch when I wake up. I'll be there probably right in the beginning too. It's bedtime stories. So, as I was saying, many Greek thinkers recognize. I'm just kidding. You know I love you. Many Greek thinkers recognize the intellectual achievements of the Egyptians. I am just so amazed by how smart the Egyptians are. Like, the things they created are just insane. How do they come up with this shit? They're aliens. I swear to God, they're aliens. So it says, biographies of philosophers like Thales, Solon, and Plato. Okay, I think I already read that part too. I know I'm gonna make it weird. I know I am. I already do. I'm just trying to keep it as sane as possible, as cool as possible. And I know I will though eventually. Yes, I will. I will. I will. You already went live? You already went live. Oh, it's already 8:40. Okay. I didn't realize it was already 8:40. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm up this late. This is a good thing though. I didn't like going to bed so early. This is actually a good thing. I swear I'm not on crack. I don't like it anymore. Straight up. Where did he go? Oh, there it is. He's like purple, right? Oh shit. Okay, well this is where I think I was at. Ready? Are you ready to listen to, about some astrology before bedtime? Okay. It seems likely then that astrology entered the Greek world from Egypt, but the Greeks at first seem to have been more interested in astronomy. The pre Socratic philosophers preferred to discuss what matter made up the stars rather than what import that they may have had in our daily lives. Plato, in his work, I hope I'm saying that right, Plato, that his work with Timaeus gives a detailed cosmology that discusses the movements of the stars, planets, sun, and moon. Plato, Plato also suggests that the stars were placed in the heavens so that mankind could look at them, see patterns, and so develop a concept of geometry. Ooh. The Greek fondness for astronomy, however, set the basis for the development of astrology in the Hellenistic world. Following the conquest of Persia by Alexander the Great, a great deal of knowledge of Babylonian astrology entered the Greek world, having accurately charted the movements of the planets. Greek astrologers were able to create horoscopes of unrevealed detail, that human affairs could be read from the predictable motion of the heavens, fitted well with the Greek idea of inescapable fates. Ooh. In the aftermath of the collapse of Alexander's empire, the Egyptian city of Alexandria became one of the centers of learning in the ancient world, here Babylonian, Egyptian, and Greek. thought mixed, sparking new works. Many of the oldest works of this Hellenistic astrology. Whoop whoop! Thank you, Fulham. Plato was Egyptian. Yeah. Um, Many of the oldest works of the Hellenistic astrology reference the work of Hermes Trismegistus, a mythical sage. According to tradition, it was he who created horoscopes by dividing dividing the sky into 12 sections. See, that's how it started. Okay. So he divided the sky into 12 sections and noting the position of the planets at the moment of a person's birth. That's fucking pretty interesting. The Romans were a thoroughly practical people, and we used any source they had to gain an advantage. Roman religion is full of omens and rituals to divine the will of the gods. The Roman conquest of Greece and Egypt brought Greek educated astrologers to Rome, causing astrology to become very popular, if also controversial and politically dangerous. Oh, it's dangerous. How you doing, Fold'em? Much cool move. I gotta wash my little neck pillow. One of the One of the best resources for Roman astrology is the dictated poem Astronomica, probably written by Marcus Manlius. It contains an examination of the zodiac and its signs. Manlius compares their influence and how to use them to cast a horoscope. Some thinkers were skeptical of the whole endeavor, however. Wait, what? 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 What is your question? Let's break this down. What's up? Let's get weird. What's up? What do you want to know? Let's talk about this. Isn't this not interesting? This is cool as shit, right? What part bewildered you? Do you want to look over again? Where were we? No? We'll keep going. Where was I now? Oh, I was way over here. Oh, the politically dangerous part. Okay. One of the best sources for Roman astrology is the dictated poem. Oh, yeah, we already read that. So Cicero wondered how the planets could predict a person's fate. He pondered twins, the fact that men who were born at the very same instant are unlike in character, career, and in destiny. You know what? My son actually, him and another boy were born at the exact same time. That's pretty cool. I was in the emergency room, and the other girl, I know who she was. We weren't friends or nothing, but we're acquaintances because this is a small town. And yeah, it was pretty cool. He also asked about the thousands who died to. Oh, wait, no. It's very clear that the time of birth has nothing to do in determining man's course in life. He also asked about the thousands who died together in battle. Did all the Romans who fell at Cannae have the same horoscope, yet all had one and the same end? The attacks of philosophers had very little effect on the population, and certainly not on the rulers of the Roman world. The exact time of a person's birth was noted and used to forecast their future. The first emperor Augustus went to visit an astrologer called Theogenes, Theogenes with a friend when he was a young man. They had their horoscopes taken, and the friend was a predicted a great future. irritating the future emperor and his fate must be less august. When the astrologer read Augustus' chart, however, he leaped from his seat and paid him adoration. Diogenes was proved right in his predictions. Augustus even used his horoscope to show that he had divine backing for his rule. When he was emperor, he published his horoscope. He also produced a silver coin with the image of Capricorn, the sign he was born under. Later emperors would be more circumspect with their horoscopes. Because astrology could be used to predict the death of an emperor or encourage someone with the horoscope that predicted greatness to attempt a coup, some attempted to ban the art. When he was an old man, Augustus had astrologers thrown out of Rome to stop people wondering how much longer he had to live his successor. Tiberius kept up the ban on astrologers, even as he kept the tame astrologer Therasalus by his side. A greater threat to astrology than the disapproval of philosophers and emperors was the coming of Christianity. Ooh. The early church fathers disliked the idea that people had fixed fates dependent on their stars. Where would this leave free will and salvation? Lacta- Lactantius said demons were the inventors of astrology. See, that's how I was always growing up. That's what I was growing up to believe too, because I am a Catholic bros, Catholic Christian, baptized, whatever. What? Well, thank you. That's because I'm smart, reading from astrology books and shit. Okay, so a greater threat to astrology than the disapproval of philosophers and okay, wait. Even the opposition of holy men did not fully eradicate astrology. It continued to flourish in Egypt and Christian Byzantium, even at the Roman Eastern Imperial Court. The works of astronomers and astrologers like Ptolemy of Alexandria became very influential in the development of astrology in the medieval and Islamic worlds. This is pretty cool too. Can you see that? Kind of not really. So this right here says, let's see what this is. It says horoscopes from the sands. I feel like you guys are right in my fucking face. Back this ship up. Thank you. Okay, here. Because of the brittle and flammable nature of most writing materials in the ancient world, very few texts have survived directly from antiquity. Only those works that were repeatedly copied over the centuries have come down to us, the one very notable exception. In the deserts of Egypt, at a place called, I cannot read, Oxyrhynchus, thousands of papyrus fragments have been excavated that give us a glimpse into the lives of ordinary people. The Oxy papyri have produced lost works by great authors like Sappho, but also letters and texts by unknown individuals. Among them are a handful of horoscopes written in the first centuries CE. Oh, I ran out of water. We're almost finished. Then I gotta say hi to 840. One horoscope written on a scrap of papyrus from 161 CE reads simply Sun in Leo, Moon in Saturn in Scorpio, Mars and Mercury in Virgo, Jupiter in Taurus, Venus in Cancer. Horoscope in Gemini, good luck. That's what was written on there. Other horoscopes, however, were far more detailed and written. I'm wearing pajamas. Written on expensive materials. Those that are addressed to individuals. Let us know the sort of people who commissioned horoscopes at this time. Most were men and few were Christian, but exceptions have been discovered. By using the astronomical data provided in the horoscope, it is sometimes possible to calculate the exact date when a chart was drawn up. Can't really see it. Oh, that's getting close. We're getting closer to the good stuff. Yeah, it is. That's why I can't help but read it. Like right now, we're going to be going into the medieval and early modern astrology. I think I got enough for one more in me. Writers of the medieval world respected and venerated the work of thinkers from antiquity. No astronomer and astrologer was more influential than the 2nd century CE Alexandrian writer. Oh, fuck, they gotta have such crazy ass names. Ptolemy. His comprehensive astronomical treatise known as the Almagest standardized the geocentric model of the universe that would last over 1,000 years. Ptolemy's understanding of the motions of the heavens gave him the ability to interpret those movements. He created one of the most in depth works on astrology. His 4-part text, known as the Tetrabiblos, I believe that's what this is. I believe that's what that is. I don't remember you. I don't remember everybody that comes in and says remember me. But no, I don't remember. Stop spamming. Spamming is not allowed. Spamming is not allowed. Ptolemy's understanding of the motions of the heavens gave him the ability to interpret those movements. Oh yeah, discuss not only the general philosophy of astrology, but also how to cast an astrology was both natural and useful. An astrologer must take into account many things, though in creating a chart and interpreting it, as well as the positions of the planets and stars. What? Hey, Blaze or Stony, Blaze, Stony. What up? I'm just sitting here reading astrologies before I go to bed. How are you doing? We're reading about medieval and early modern astrology right now. Ptolemy's work was lost to early medieval Europe. I got one last story in me because few could read the Greek that it was written in. However, his works were translated into Arabic and informed the astrology performed in the Islamic world. It was only in the 12th century that his texts were translated into Latin. How are you doing? In Muslim dominated Spain, many works were available from antiquity in Arabic. Many in Christian Europe traveled there to complete their education. This is what I'm reading about. The stars will lead the way. One scholar who studied in Spain was the future Pope Sylvester II. Because of his deep knowledge of many subjects, Sylvester became notorious. He is credited with inventing mechanical clocks and reforming mathematics. He was also said to have studied the dark arts, magic, and astrology. That's what they call magic and astrology, is the dark arts. The Christian antipathy towards astrology had existed from the earliest days of the faith, and that it was arriving via Islamic sources did not endear it to the church. Rather uncomfortably, some Christians found divine approval for astrology in the story of Jesus' nativity. Did not a star blaze forth to guide the wise men towards Jesus? Nonetheless, early church councils had agreed that astrology should be prohibited. Yeah, it wasn't allowed at first. That's how I grew up on it too. The practice was condemned by the Council of Toledo in 400 CE. The 5th century Pope Leo I wrote of the empty lies of the astrologers. Quote unquote. You practice all the arts? I don't fuck around with the dark shit though. I was always taught that came back onto you and your family, and I don't want that. But I practice the arts of fapping. Okay. And the arts of kick your ass. All right. The practice was condemned by the Council of Toledo in 400. All right, wait. Despite papal, the 5th century Pope Leo wrote the empty lies of the astrologer. So, yet many churchmen studied astronomy closely, if for no other reason than to determine the correct time of Easter based on the time of the first full moon after the March equinox. Team Leo, Team Aries. Leo, Aries. Despite papal fulminations against astrology, the practice persisted, and important people still consulted astrologers. Guido Benetti was an astrologer of the 13th century who was an advisor to Holy Roman Emperor Frederick II. Bonetti's treatise on astrology won him undying fame, but also earned him a place in the 8th circle of hell, according to Dante. Dante may have disapproved of astrology, but he still used planetary and celestial symbolism in his works. Chaucer went so far as to write a treatise on the astrolabe, a device used to calculate the position of the stars, and it uses in astrology. Moreover, the child born of Abelard and Heloisa, famous illicit love affair, was actually named Astrolabe. At this point, astrology and astronomy were both sciences considered worthy of study. St. Thomas Aquinas took a nuanced view. He castigated those who take observation of the stars in order to foreknow casual or fortuitous future events, a superstitious and unlawful divination. Ooh. Nice. Your wife's in Aries? Oh, how ironic. That's cool. Aries are dope. If one were to apply the observation of the stars in order to foreknow those future things that are caused by heavenly bodies, for instance, drought or rain and so forth, it will be neither an unlawful nor a superstitious divination. It was not just the mighty who wanted to consult the stars. Common folk turned to astrologers too. We're almost done. The notebooks of Richard Trethewin from 15th century London record and horoscopes he cast for neighbors. He created charts in order to find out whether women were pregnant, if husband and wife will quarrel. One man, James I don't know about all that. One man, James, this is all new to me too. One man, James Herking, simply wanted to know where his wife was. One of Trethwin's most common topics of consultation concerned health. In an age where diseases remained mysterious and plagues were commonplace, astrologers were able to offer explanations for pestilence. The term influenza reflects the idea that it was caused by the influence of the stars. Did you know that? The term influenza was caused by the influence of the stars? Ah, sounds familiar. That's beautiful. I'm glad you love her. When plague struck Paris in 1348, astrologers were consulted and their explanation clear. The illness was the result of a conjunction of Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. That's where the fucking flu comes from. Wow. Just blew my wig back. The medieval understanding of the universe divided into two distinct areas. Interesting, I know, right? All the things in the world that we are familiar with belong to the sublunary world. The sublunary world, the part of the universe below the moon. All the celestial bodies move beyond the moon. It was understood that the moon influenced tides, so it also seemed plausible that the other planets and stars should determine events on Earth. The, al- the, alchemic, the alchemical axiom, as above, so below, reflects the belief. That's my favorite cartoon Bondurant song. As above, so below. The alchemical axiom, as above, so below, reflects this belief. By the 16th century, there were few doubters of the efficacy of an astrologer, Queen Elizabeth I of England. Simon is always up to no good. Uh, regularly consulted the astrologer John Dee, who set the date of her coronation. Pope Julius II began the construction of St. Peter's Basilica in Rome at a time deemed propitious by his astrologers. The Renaissance may have been the high water mark for astrology in Europe. Symbols of the zodiac decorated books, walls, and clocks throughout the continent. Yet advances in science were to make people question the influence of the planets on everyday life. In 1543, Copernicus proposed a heliocentric model of the solar system that revolutionized astronomy and astrology. I got him on the. He's on right now. Here. I am hanging with him, and it's story time. And then I'm just getting ready to finish up the story, and then I'm gonna go tell him hi, and then I'm gonna go to bed. Yeah, TK. He was already in here. He told me to come join him, but I just said, I don't know, not right now. I don't know. I don't know if Sal wants me to go up there or not. Or I shouldn't even worry about it. But I kind of, it would feel weird if I was up there with him. Because, like, I still like him and stuff. And it just feel weird. You know? So I'm just finishing up story time. By the 16th century, there are few doubters of the efficiency of astrology. The Renaissance may have been the high water mark for astrology in Europe. Symbols of the zodiac, decorated book. Oh yeah. Many people did continue to have faith in astrology after Copernicus. Hugh Draper was accused of sorcery in the 1560s and arrested. Carved into the stone walls of a cell in the Tower of London is a beautiful and fairly incriminating horoscope he cast while imprisoned. Whether he took comfort from what he saw is not unknown. Yeah. Okay. Here's the last thing we're gonna read. Whatever. I don't know what. Do we know what? Islamic astrology. Theologic, Theologically, Islam has a similar position to Christianity when it comes to astrology. Several of the sayings of the Prophet Muhammad suggest that astrology should not be done. Whoever seeks knowledge from the stars is seeking one of the branches of witchcraft. Yet, there has been a rich tradition of astrology in Islam since its foundation. It is thanks to the transmission of Greek texts through Arabic translation that we have many of the earliest sources on astrology. Islamic interest in astrology was not merely theoretically or academic. The 9th century Persian astrologer Abu Masar was a key figure at the Abbasid court. although he sometimes suffered for his art. Once, when he predicted an event that came to pass, he was whipped by the caliph. I hate I hit the mark, he said, and I was severely punished. Abu Masar's works on astrology were to be translated into Latin, and they influenced later thinkers like Albertus Magnus. One of the greatest Muslim scholars of the ninth century was Al-Kindi. He studied philosophy but also turned his mind to everything from perfumes to medicine. One of his areas of expertise was astrology. He wrote books with titles like The Book of the Judgment of the Stars and On the Revolutions of the Years. Wow, we learned a lot, Stony. TK? Now, tomorrow, or when I wake up, modern and contemporary astrology is where I'm going to begin, is where I'm going to leave off. In saying that, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I'm going to go say hi to 840 and everybody. Shout out to 840 show. And I'll be back when I wake up. Love you guys. Woo!